And for those that do not know, I am Tiffany, and I am empowering, impacting, and igniting barbers and beauty professionals to do what it is God is calling them to do. Right now, I am getting ready to read over the candidate information bulletin from the NIC. If you are preparing to go into your state board exam, this is the theory examination. Some of this information will be the same when you get ready to go and take your theory test as well, but it reads as follows. The examination content and important instructions. Please visit your official examination provider website or nictesting.org for the most current bulletin prior to testing. So this is the most current bulletin prior to this testing dates. And the National Cosmetology Theory Examination is a licensure examination for cosmetology developed by the National Interstate Council of State Boards of Cosmetology, which that's what NIC means. This bulletin contains important information regarding the National Cosmetology Theory Examination content and reference. The time allowed for this examination is 90 minutes. Please review all information carefully. For each NIC National Theory Examination, there are multiple parts to every candidate information bulletin, which is the CIB. Important instructions and examination content domain sections. This provides information and guidelines related to administration of the theory examination and information about the scope of content covered in the examination. Reference. This provides a list of references to use to develop and support the content covered in the NIC examination. References will be the same for theory, practical, written, practical, and additional sections for each examination. Be certain to review all parts of this NIC examination, CIB, carefully. Important instructions, general. Do not leave the examination area without permission. Permission must be obtained to leave the examination area for any reason, including restroom usage or at the completion of the examination. Picture ID is required for re-entry into the examination. All examinations are administered in a testing environment. Standardized administration. Due to the standardization of the NIC National Examination, proctors and examiners are required to adhere to the following standards. With the exceptions of verbal instructions, proctors and examination administration personnel are not allowed to speak with candidates. If a candidate experiences an emergency situation, they may notify the proctor by raising their hand. Prohibited items. The following provides example of materials and actions that are prohibited in the examination room during the examination administration. Possession of cellular phones, watches of any kinds, pagers, tablets, computers, projectors, cameras, or any other electronic recording devices. Printed material or handwritten notes. Purses, bags, coats, hats, and any other personal items not directly needed to complete the examinations are not allowed. Communicating with other candidates or any examiner. Exhibiting disruptive behavior. The above referenced items or actions are not an exhausted list. Failure to comply with any of these conditions or exhibiting any behavior that suggests is an effort to cheat will result in immediately dismissal from the examination and the candidate's actions reported to proper authorities. All right, cosmetology theory examination content outline, domain details. The following outline the scope of content covered by NIC National Cosmetology Theory Examination. The percentages represent the percentage item for each domain. The examination contains 110 items. of which 100 items are weighed and contributed to the candidate's final score. Scientific concept, 35%. Infection control and safety practices identify the transmission of diseases and infection, identify the purpose and differentiate amongst the category of infection control, sanitation, disinfection, sterilization. Recognize how cross-contamination occurs and how it can be prevented. For example, single-use versus multiple-use items. Apply blood exposure procedures. That is important. Yes. Identify requirements of government agencies, OSHA, and the EPA. Human anatomy, physiology. Identify the functions and the structure of the hair and scalp, skin, and the nails. Recognize signs and symptoms of conditions, disorders, and diseases related to hair and scalp. Hair and scalp, skin, nails. Identify muscles, joints, and their functions related to head and face, arms and hands, legs and feet. Identify functions of the nervous system, the circulatory system. Basic chemistry used in cosmetology. Recognize the purpose and effects of ingredients. Recognize interactions between chemicals. Recognize chemical reactions, for example, overexposure and chemical burns. Recognize the value of the pH scale. Hair care and services, 45%. Put those together, that's 80% of your test right there, those two. Client consultation, analyzation, and documentation. Evaluate condition of client's hair and scalp. Recognize conditions that prohibit service, for example, contradictions. Utilize preliminary tests, for example, predisposition and strand tests. Recommended services or products based on client's needs. Establish and maintain client records, for example, service history, client card, medical history. Hair care and services. Tools used in hair care services. Identify purpose, function, and infection control procedures of items. Equipment, example, the chair and the workstation. Implements, example, razors, shears, combs, brushes. Supplies and materials, for example, towels, drapes, neck strips. Electrical tools, for example, irons, blow dryers, clippers. Demonstrate safe practices, tools and implements, also ergonomics, the movement of your body. C, hair care principles and procedures. Demonstrate shampooing and conditioning. Demonstrate scalp treatments and scalp massages. Demonstrate draping, for example, chemical draping, shampoo draping, cutting and styling. Recognize the difference in hair care principles and procedures based on various hair types and textures. Hair design principles and procedures. Demonstrate hair cutting and shaping. Demonstrate hair styling, wet styling, thermal styling, natural hair styling, example, braiding. Apply, maintain, and remove hair enhancements, wig hair and hair pieces. Hair additions, for example, taping, bonding, infusion, linking. Apply principles of balance in hair design. Example, facial shape, physical structure. Recognize differences in hair design principles and procedures based on various hair types and textures. Chemical service. Principles and procedures. Perform hair color services. Example, virgin, retouch, lightening, foiling, balayage, color formulation, color correction. Perform chemical hair relaxer, restructurizing, and curl reduction. Example, hydroxide, thio, and keratin services. Moving on down, perform chemical waving / texturizing. Example, alkaline, acidic, and non-thio services. Understand the chemical product used for various hair texture types. Skincare and services, that's 10%. Client consultation, analyzation, and documentation. Evaluate client skin, the type, and the condition. Recognize conditions that prohibit services, non-contradictions. Recommendation of services or products based on client needs. Establish, maintain client records. For example, service history, client card, medical history. Tools used for skincare services. Identify purpose, function, and infection control procedures for items. Equipment. For example, chair and steamer. Implements. For example, tweezers, brushes, extractors. Supplies, products, and materials. For examples, creams, masks, towels, wax, head coverings. Demonstrate safe practices, tools and implements, and ergonomics. Skincare principles and procedures. Apply the knowledge of a basic facial. Apply knowledge of hair removal. Apply knowledge of makeup application. Apply knowledge of electrical equipment. Moving on down to nail care and services, that's 10%. Client consultation, analysis, client consultation and analysis and documentation. Cosmetology theory examination content outlines as follow. Evaluate the condition of the client's nails. Recognize the condition that would prohibit a service, for example, a contradiction. Recommend services or products based on client's needs. Establish and maintain client's records, for example, service history, client card, medical history. Moving on down to tools used for nail care services. Identify purpose, function, and infection control procedures. For example, the equipment, workstation, pedicure basin, implements, for example, nippers and files. Supplies, products, and materials, for example, towels, creams, polish. Demonstrate safe practices, tools and implements, ergonomics. Nail care service principles and procedures. Apply knowledge of a basic manicure and pedicure. Apply, maintain, and remove nail enhancement. All right. National Cosmetology Theory Examination Sample Questions. The following sample questions are similar to those in the NIC National Cosmetology Theory Examination. Each question is followed by 4 answer options. Only one option is correct. Correct answer keys are listed along with the example question. Question 1. Which of the following will reinforce and reconstruct the hair shaft? A, Scalp treatment. B, balancing shampoo. C, hair brushing. D, protein conditioner. Which of the following will reinforce and reconstruct the hair shaft? A, scalp treatment. B, balancing shampoo. C, hair brushing. D, protein conditioner. Number 2, when damaged, which of the following will cause the hair growth to be inhibited? A, papilla. B, shaft. C, cuticle. D, erectapilla. A, papilla. B, shaft. C, cuticle. D, erectapilla. 3, a condition caused by an infestation of head lice is A, Tina Barbie. B, scabies. C, scabies. C, perpendicular capitalis. D, Tina capitis. I don't want to repeat those. Moving on to 4. Debris is removed from tools and implements using which of the following procedures? A, cleaning. B, disinfection. C, sterilization. D, decontamination. Debris is removed from tools and implements using which of the following procedures? A, cleaning. B, disinfection. C, sterilization. D, decontamination. Number 5, which implement adds shine and smooth, wavy ridges to the natural nail during a manicure? A, coarse file. B, metal file. C, nail brush. D, nail buffer. Which implement adds shine and smooth, wavy ridges on the natural nail during a manicure? A, coarse file. B, metal file. C, nail brush. D, nail buffer. Number 6, what is another name for the dermis layer of the skin? A, spiny layer. B, horny layer. C, true layer. D, basal cell. I don't feel like we're reading those either. The massage movement intended to soothe muscles is A, pedalage, B, tappament. C, friction. D, effleurage. That was number 7. I'm moving on. Number 8, what product can be used to equalize the porosity of the hair? A, shampoo. B, fillers. C, lighteners. D, developers. What product can be used to equalize the porosity of the hair? A, shampoo. B, fillers. C, lighteners. D, developers. All right. Where we at? Okay. Well, that is that for that. And the answer is number 1 was D. Number 2 is A. Number 3 is C. Number 4 is A. Number 5 is D. Number 6 is C. Number 7 is D. Number 8 is B. If you got those correct, great job. If you miss any, just keep studying. The list provides the reference used to develop and support the context covered in the NIC National Cosmetology Examination reference will be the same across exam types for each exam. Candidates are responsible for using the most updated version. The versions currently are the My Lady Standard Cosmetology Foundations, copyrighted 2023, the 14th edition. Also, Pivot Point, Fundamentals, Cosmetology 101C-113C, copyrighted in 2023, Pivot Point International, Inc. That's the 2nd edition, first printed in December of 2023. Also, Pivot Point Fundamentals Cosmetology, copyrighted in 2016, first edition. The instructor's exam also reference My Latest Standard Cosmetology, copyrighted 2016. The 13th edition, Salon Fundamental, copyrighted in 2014. And that is all for that portion of study for the NIC National Cosmetology Theory Examination Candidate Bulletin. I am Tiffany. If you need personal coaching or assistance with your state board, be sure to comment below, and I will get back